Hey guys, today I'll be showing you another restoration project I've been working on, and this video is for Frank, who owns this beautiful Polymoog. And so Frank just going to go over it for you, show you that everything's functioning. For you guys that watch, feel free to watch. I always enjoy you guys watching and commenting. Always a nice thing to see there. But anyways, Frank just going to show you that everything's working here. So this one actually Frank bought from me, and so it was actually one I've had in my collection. And I just went through and restored it, and from ground up. It's a ground up restoration, and so I did everything from common failure component replacements to some upgrades, to keyboard rebuild, keyboard alignment, contact travel alignment, interface teardown, flush and lube all the sliders, clean interface real good, rebuild the ribbon controller, put new wood grain on the sides here, and conditioned the chassis up, as well as gave it 12-hour burn-in, full calibration, and so this thing is a little bit better than factory fresh, I would say. But anyway, I'll just kind of walk around it, let you see it here. It's a clean unit. I know I've sent Frank a lot of pictures here, but we'll just kind of give you a good overview here of how clean it looks. It's turned out really nice. Something else I did with this particular unit is I put gates in place of the old S-Trig. So I removed the cinch Jones jack, added gate circuits for gate output and gate input, and riveted in a metal board so I could mount the 1/4" jacks, as you can see. So this has actually got gate in and gate out, no longer S-Trig in and out. Just to make it a little bit more features for modern synthesizers that have gate. So did that, but you can just kind of see how clean it is. This is serial number 1631, making the 631, 631st Polymoog built, and it actually was serviced back in January 29th, 1983 by Leo's Music Service in Oakland, California. So I just kind of left that on there. I thought that was kind of cool. So just kind of cleaned around it real good. It's coming off a little bit, but I just thought that was something kind of cool there. But anyways, let me put the camera on the tripod and I'll just walk you through the sounds of this thing, show you all the functions are working. Just go over this thing for you real good here, Frank, so you know exactly what you're getting back here. But let me put the camera on the tripod here. Put this thing right where I can see. Alright, so anyways, we'll just start with variation mode. It's just a real simple build. So you can hear just how great it's working. You'll see me hit this button quite often. I bring this up in every Polymoog video. You got this final decay button, which is lock and manual. And manual is looking for the poly pedal. And so when you hit lock, it's actually looking at the sustain here. And so you have a sustain note, as you can hear. When I go to manual, it's going to wait and look for the poly pedal input. I explain to people this is kind of like the clutch, because if you just leave it on lock all the time, it'll actually start kind of building up and kind of droning, and that's normal. That's actually just the design of the contour generator. It's a little different architecture than most polysynths or even most synthesizers in general. See, I just always hit manual when you're done playing. Just kind of helps it from building up. But I'll go over all the waveforms for you. We'll just go through the whole synthesizer section. Let me get a fast attack here. And we'll start with the sawtooth wave. This is how you select your waveforms. And so we'll go through each key, show you that all the waveforms are working for the sawtooth. So you can hear that's just your sawtooth. Of course, then you got your modulation rate. Of course, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 So that's just your FM modulation. You've also got a footage of 8 and 4 for the sawtooth. So that works. And you also got a volume control for your sawtooth when you actually want to mix it differently with the variable pulse. So we can turn those down. You can hear it. I can mix the levels. That's more noticeable, especially when you put in the variable pulse. So now we'll actually go to the variable pulse wave. We'll go to 50% duty cycle. And we'll go here and go to variable pulse. So we'll go through all the notes here as well, so you can hear it all the way up to octave. So you can hear how that works. That's all your variable pulse waves set to 50% duty cycle. Now this is kind of where it gets interesting, because you can actually control the low octave differently with a different pulse width than the upper octave. So it actually is kind of nice, especially when you're doing like waveform splits. I'll just kind of show you how this works. So we'll just start with the low octave. Now you can hear that that's still a square. And we can do right the opposite. We can also do the same thing to the we can also modulate those. So you hear this one modulating, this one's not. We can engage that. See here, now they're mixed because I got them set about equal. So that's your variable pulse. We've also got the FM modulation. And so that's just your variable pulse wave. We can combine that with the sawtooth. We'll go back to sawtooth. Now they are combined. How that works with them all combined together. Also, I didn't show you this. We'll go back to variable pulse wave. You've also got a footage for that. You got a 16 footage or 8 footage. We're on 8 right now. So anyway, seeing how that works. So you mix the waveforms together and it gives you the tone we get. You can also detune the actual sawtooth. So if we go to variation mode here, as you can hear how that works, and that's how the all this basically intertwines in the synthesizer section. And then you've got your loudness controller. So we'll go here, we'll set it up with a slow attack. Slow attack. We can also get dynamics. We'll turn the sustain down, and you can actually see how it responds. It actually kind of responds like a real piano. So when you set your decay release up, we go down just a click. That's your decay release. You can hear the dynamics. And what's nice, if you don't like the response of the dynamics, you can actually adjust your keyboard dynamics right here by the slider. So you can make them less sensitive. So you can actually go to 10, it'll be just hard dynamics basically. It won't have any dynamic, it'll just be really... So you can get an idea how that works. And this thing will do unlimited sustain, so if you bring the decay release all the way up, you can actually make this thing just sustain it, and it's unlimited polyphony. So that means you can play every note on it. You can kind of hear that build up I was talking about. Hit the lock manual button, cleans up. Sustained forever. Well, it's really cool. We'll take that and run to the resonator. We can also go to the VCL. anyways, you can hear just how fun it can be when you start combining the sections that was resonator and VCF together. And I'll just go through the VCF now since we brought that up. Let me set this back down for a... So go here. So your key tracking works. So we'll close this filter out. We'll bring key tracking all the way up. You can hear the keyboard, and the filter's actually tracking the keyboard. And this also relates to your external keyboard output for controlling the mono synth. You got a glide, which you'll hear the external glide circuit on the filter. So actually what this will do is this will make the filter only play on the middle and upper octaves. So for example, you can take the resonator, put it keyboard split on it, put it on lower. So you get something like that right there. So here how that interacts. You can also put the resonator on the upper section, put the filter on the lower section. Now your filter also has lower keyboard tracking. You can hear how that... Yeah, that works. That's your filter track in your low half. We'll go back to all. That's just your filter there. You've also got a control generator for your filter, so make it have a slow attack. A slow decay, so fast attack, slow decay. So here we can make it a little faster. You also got a sustain level. So you can actually get some really nice effects out of that contour as well, especially when you start playing musically, more than just demoing. But anyway, that's your filter section, that's your resonator section. Now I'm going to go through presets here. We'll start preset 1. And I did modify preset 6. Now, usually I do 7 as Vox Humana, but Frank requested having 6 as Vox Humana in this case, so now 6 is Vox Humana in this particular unit. So we'll start with preset 1. Now that's direct output. You got a mode output, which is the fixed filters per preset. So let's go into the fixed filter. You've also got a pre-programmed VCF. As you can hear. And then we'll go back to direct output, go to preset 2. This is piano. So we'll go to mode filter. You hear those dynamics. And same thing here, you got to program VCF. And just to show you that's program, we'll turn all these sliders here down, so those are all at 0. Anyways, you can hear how that works. We'll go back to direct output. Here's organ. And also I will mention, it's not uncommon to have these presets quieter than others. It's just based off, once again, the loudness control and how the dynamics work. So that's direct output. Here's your mode filters. And here's your filter. So you can hear how that works. So preset 4, harpsichord, direct output. You hear this one's a little louder. So we'll go to mode filter. Then the VCF. That's the program for it. Back to direct, we'll go to 5. So here's funk. That's direct output. Here's your mode filters. Here's your VCF. It's got a sample and hold pattern. We can also modify any of these sections while it's in preset mode. You just hit variation, and that will tweak the loudness control. Done there is we just combine the mode filter with the VCF, so you get something like that. So now we'll go back to direct output. Now here's Vox Humana. It's preset 6 now, and you can hear how it sounds. It's got a good sound. Gotta do a little Gary Newman. But anyways, you can hear the dynamics once again. One more Gary Newman for you, so we'll go. Anyways, that's Air Crash Brew, I think's the name of that song. I believe it's been a while since I've listened to it. Anyway, that's the Vox Humana, and once again, you do have your VCF. Now the VCF is set up just like it would have been for a clavichord. once again, you can come over here and edit it. You've also got the mode filter for this one, but it's actually still the clavichord filter. But what I do is I like to combine it with a little bit of direct mode. This is just the mode filter. Here's direct. But once again, because this is a 203 and not a 280A, you can do things with the resonator section, which you don't have on the 280A. So anyways, that's Vox Humana. It's preset 6. Here's Vibes. This is one I usually replace just because it's a real simple preset. It's just a variable pulse wave. Here's the mode filter for it. And you can still edit it, so we can add the sawtooth and variable pulse. So you can hear how that sounds. You've also got a VCF setting. We'll reset that preset since I modified it. So here's your VCF. And then we've got brass. So we'll go to brass preset, preset 8. Here's direct output. Here's mode filter. And it's just a simple sawtooth wave, so we'll combine the sawtooth and variable pulse. Once again, you hear the dynamics. I just took off the put it in lock mode for the final decay. You've also got a VCF setting. And then we're back into variation mode. So this will set everything back to variation mode. Back in variation mode. Now the part fill button, I'll show you what that does. So for example, if we want to keep something variation mode and then we want to keep the preset changes with the filters, the fixed filters, as well as some of the synthesizer architecture set up for the preset, you can hit the, what's my camera just timed out. So anyways, what I was saying is you can hit the part fill button, and then what it'll do is it'll keep some things in variation mode, and then it'll set your waveforms and your footages and all that up for your preset. So you see actually all this is changing, but you're staying in variation mode. Move off that button and then hit it. And it's really handy if you want to make a preset, well, let's say you want to keep the loudness controller active in a variation state while you change presets. You can put that in variation mode, hit this button. So now we've got that edited. We can go to any preset, keep that variation mode active for that particular part, but everything else will still be in preset mode. We'll take that off and hit 4. Now you heard it set up the loudness control for the preset. So that's what the part field does. But anyways, just want to take a quick minute here, Frank, and go over your Polymoog to show you exactly what you're getting here. And once again, I appreciate you letting me restore this thing, and I hope you're really happy with it. I think you will be. I've put a lot of hours in it, a lot of love, making sure that it's going to hold up for you. But once again, I do appreciate it, and if you have any trouble in the future, you know how to contact me. But as always, guys, appreciate all you watching my videos, and there'll be more to come here very soon. Take care.